Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Rakakwadash. Kal Halal Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Rakakwadash. And I'm going to entitle this video, Not of the Jews Only, but also of the Gentiles. What does that mean? This is from the book of Romans 9, verse 24. Now, when you read Romans 1, you read the whole book of Romans, the Apostle Paul did not come to give the gospel to the actual Romans. He gave it to the Israelites. Both Israelites that are woken up, that were raised up as circumcised, you can understand, raised up as Israelites, and those that lost their religion, so to speak. So it says, even us whom he have called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles. And this is one of the, let me see here. Okay, this is one of the scriptures in that list. If you go to watch this video, Vocab Malone got us. The Gentiles can make it. Yeah, the Gentiles can make it if they're Israelites. Before I came into this truth, I was considered a Gentile. They told me that in church. You're a Gentile. I remember, you're a Gentile. And I'm pretty sure, well, I know that for a fact. The church system, especially the black churches, they teach that you are the Gentiles. And of course, they believe that those small hats over there are the actual people. But anyway, what I want to do is, I just want to show you this, man. I don't give a F about the 2/3. This is a video right here. I don't even know if I should play it. Yeah, but I'm gonna play it anyway. Anyway, this right here, let me open this up. Okay, these are, I believe, Benjaminites. Upon hearing the news that this demon dropped dead. I mean, look, you go to England, they're showing all kind of shit on CNN about what's going on in England and Scotland and Ireland. Now the Irish people, they can't stand, they couldn't stand the so-called queen. But they showed in England, you know, they paying their respect. They're not crying and boo-hooing. But here's these, I believe these people are from Jamaica, if I'm not mistaken. But these people are black as tar. I just want you to watch this. I don't know if they're gonna cut this video because you know how YouTube get down. But listen up, man. And like I said, man, that's why I don't even like to talk to Jake, man. I try to avoid them. If I see a Jake, let me go this way. I don't even like to be in the elevator with Jake. I don't like to be around Jake, period, man. And as far as that goes, them other tribes, them Latin tribes, them people are fucked up in the head, man. And the Most High is going to destroy them. So, you know, fuck them, man. Anyway, let's listen up. Fucking niggas need death, man. Fucking boo-hooing over this fucking devil right here. That's why you gotta die. You can't wake up. Look at this motherfucker. I'm pissed the fuck off, man, right about now. This fucking, I'm pissed the fuck off, man. This stymie looking nigga. Fucking stymie and shit, you know? Get pissed the fuck off. Look at her. Look at black ass, man. Look at you. Fucking you hit the bitch died at 96 years old, man. The fuck how long do you expect the bitch to live? And Jake in America, they don't give a fuck about this bitch. They gonna really cut this video. And the true feelings of Jake is coming out. And here you crackers, you racist. Motherfucker, say that in the kingdom, motherfucker. Call me a racist in the kingdom. You gonna get fucked up, man. Motherfucker, fucking Latin tribe. Fucking Latin tribes, man. Got your fucking head stuck up Caesar Borgia's ass. Pissed the fuck off, man. And Vocab Malone, the Most High is gonna deal with you. Okay? But you're fun. You know, you come up, you give us topics. So, you know, in a way we kind of like you. Because you give us, you know, ideas for new topics. But you don't know shit. You don't understand the scriptures. So let's watch and listen. Look at fucking Stymie over there, man. I'm not gonna eat Jamaican food no more. And that proves that they're crying over this demon right here. This demon. Like they get blessing from this demon. This bitch ain't coming to your house with a magical wand. The house, the apartment, whatever, the house, whatever you're living in, you had to work for it. The queen didn't wave a magic wand over you, and all of a sudden you got a fucking house. Do you hear this, man? Do you fucking hear this? She did everything for this country. Now that might be Africa. So what? Jamaica, Africa. You motherfucking tribes, man. Bring this back. You didn't get your black ass up every morning to go to work, working 12 hours a day, scrubbing them floors, washing them dishes, taking care of them little Edomite babies. And you talking about, she did everything for me. Look at these motherfuckers. Look at these monkeys. They're fucking lined up for this bitch, man. There's going to be a change of worlds, man. You people are going down. That's why we're considered a hate group. Hey, so-called white people hate Arabs. Is that a hate group? Look at this. They just standing. You know, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I see the queen. I'm so happy. I'm so proud. A lot of precepts come to mind. One is Psalms 149. Really, the whole chapter, which is not even 10 chapters, 10 verses long. From the fifth, really, you can read it from the top. Psalms 149, verse 5. It speaks about them being shackled up. Isaiah 24, especially starting from the 10th verse on down. How they're going to be shackled up. Isaiah, 14. So many scriptures come to mind. Revelation 13, 9, and 10. Revelation 2, verse 25 and 26. Exodus 21, verse 16. He that leaveth into captivity shall go into captivity. These people, the British royalty, colonized most of the world. The saying was, the sun will never set on the sun will never set on British soil. I think the saying is, somebody can help me out. Meaning that anywhere you go on the earth, Britain, and that's how major Britain was, a major empire before the 13 colonies, and still are today. So anyway, that was my rant on that. Let me see. Oh, you got this here. Tariq Nasheed talks about the PNB rock tragedy. Now, what got his snap box rocked, what got his TV turned off, was the fact that this guy was at this Roscoe's restaurant, and there's a video where the game told him, because he's from Philadelphia, a rapper from Philadelphia. The game pulled him to the side. I can't find the video. I can look for it later. And said, "Look, these niggas out here," and I think this Roscoe's is known for niggas jump, you know, jumping on other jakes and robbing them while they eat. These beasts, as the scriptures call these monsters, menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. So here he is, he's rocking this jewelry, and his woman, and they get mad at the woman. It's really not her fault. They taking pictures of him with the jewelry on, on social media, eating chicken and waffles, which is that's a terrible. That's why Jake be dropping dead of heart attacks, strokes. They suffer from high blood pressure because of this garbage that they be eating. And you got Jakes that are fucking fatty McFat fat. I mean, mega well blubber fat, because their diets are not right. You got this bullshit. You got fucking Wilma Flintstone right here. She wants to be an Edomite so goddamn bad, and I gotta finish watching the rest. The rest of this. Proof Folk Malone is a white supremacist by Deacon Destruction Mode, which is a Deacon Hakar. And I was watching some of it. I got to watch the rest of it. But he was going into the history of the Calvinists, the Protestants, which I was fucking raised as a goddamn Protestant. And they told me in the church, he said, you a Gentile. They told me that. They had me thinking I was a Gentile, and therefore I was a Gentile. I was a Gentile. They were right. They wasn't lying until I came into this truth. Ye were Gentiles, carried away by these dumb idols. And the idols was the Caesar Borgia, because I actually thought Caesar Borgia was the Jesus. And every so-called black home in America, I don't know about around the world, they all had that was part of your fucking house. You had a picture of Caesar Borgia in the fucking bedroom, and then a big picture of Caesar Borgia in your fucking living room, man. And that's on your mother. Your father wasn't all about that, but some of you knuckleheads were like that. Anyway, let me get into my. I'm finished with my rant. Let me get into the topic. So one of the precepts that I read about in the video that I did on the Gentiles, the vocab Malone got us, the Gentiles can make it. And I got to go through that again, and maybe we'll do it, I don't know, Saturday. Go through every precept in the Xanavins concerning the Gentiles, because they give you a list of scriptures and they tell you that in the Old Testament they looked down upon Gentiles, but then they started getting with the Gentiles, but then they started hating the Gentiles again. But then when the Lord came, he opened the door to Gentiles, which is bullshit. The Lord did never open the door to Gentiles. He did open it to Gentiles, meaning Gentiles, Israelites in the Gentile state of mind. That's the terminology that we use. So anyway, when you read Romans the 9th chapter, especially like the first opening verses, the first 5, 6, 7 verses, it tells you that the Most High came for the Israelites according to the flesh. So now you can close the book. We got the understanding. So as you read down Romans chapter 9, I'm not going to read the whole chapter, of course, and it's a very easy to understand. You don't got to be a rocket scientist to understand Romans chapter 9. It mentions Esau and Jacob. It mentions how to, matter of fact, let me do this. Now, let me come back over here. Now, right here, so we can get the understanding that these Gentiles are Israelites, and therefore every time you come across the word Gentile or Greek in the New Testament, and it speaks about them receiving the blessing, it's talking about Israelites. So Paul is reiterating what Hosea said. And we're going to go into it. And that's why they were called Gentiles, because it said in the place where it was said, you are not my people, there shall be said, you are the sons of the living power. And Christians, they'll say, well, it says Gentiles over here, it says Greeks over there, but you got to get the understanding. With all that, get wisdom. With all that getting, get understanding. You don't have the understanding. That's why you're losing. And I would say all Israelite men and women that woke up to this truth, y'all were all Christians. So y'all know how to, you know how the Christians roll. You know how these devils roll, man. So let me go over here. Now let's go with the Lord came for all Gentiles too, the actual Gentiles. Well, did he come for Esau? Is Esau a part of that blessing? Give me a second. So if a Christian ever roll up on you and you go to Romans 11, the 9th chapter and you read it, I said I was going to say 11th chapter, the branches being grafted in or back in are Israelites. So you groups out there that's teaching that, oh, that's not talking about, and that's what they used to teach back at One West. The 7 used to teach that. That was talking about actual Gentiles, but they got grafted back out. See, they didn't have 100%. The top 7 did not have 100% truth. We here at Great Millstone have 100% truth. And none of you other camps could dare say, you wouldn't dare say that you got 100%. That's a bold statement. We got 100% truth. So it says here, Romans 9:11, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of, now if you really want to get deep, Esau is on the bottom because he did evil, but he did it as Cain and rising up and killing his brother Abel. So everything is reincarnated. It says, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High according to the election, who are the elect Israel, and there's an elect within the elect, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. So the Most High happened to chose us. And there's a spiritual reason why they chose us, because going back to Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel did a wicked work and not sacrificing to the Most High, animal sacrifice, and getting mad and raising up and killing his brother. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. The eldest son is who? The firstborn son is Esau, right? Shall ultimately serve his younger brother Jacob. And that happened under during the reign of King David and King Solomon. And then they broke the yoke, they broke the chain. That's in Genesis. What is that? Genesis chapter 7. Matter of fact, let me go to that right quick. Genesis. That's around about the 40th verse, if I'm not stolen blessing. Yeah, Jacob, our father, he supplanted your ass, but you lacked integrity. You gave your birthright up for a meal, for a happy meal, and now you're not too happy. So I'm gonna go right to the point. Yeah, Esau asked for one blessing. Don't you have one blessing for me? And Isaac, his father, answered, said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. The fatness meaning the good parts of the earth that flourish. And one of those lands of fatness is the land of Israel, and of the dew of the heavens from above. And by the sword shalt thou live. Your blessing is the sword. In other words, you want to get something, you want to get blessed with something, you want to do good, you got to kill people. You got to kill them and take what they got. You got to take their land, you got to take them, you got to put them into slavery. That's you. That's how we know that you're Esau. And by thy sword, thy power, the modern day sword is a gun, the missiles, shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Meaning, it was after King David and King Solomon, you were slaves, and Rehoboam. Then when you go on further down into the future, Esau broke off and fulfilling this prophecy, proving that Isaac was a prophet. That was Yahweh Shai. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing, wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Now, why did he think of slaying him? Because he slayed him back when he was king. But this time he didn't get it. He didn't kill him. And as soon as Jacob, Abel, transitioned, what did he immediately do? He asked for judgment, man, for vengeance. And what is that? Hate. If somebody brutally rapes and kills your daughter or kills your wife, and you go to court and you jump over and hit the guy in the head or something like that, or even shoot him, if you can get a gun in the court, they're gonna let you go. Well, we understand that because this guy brutally killed his whole family, so we're not gonna charge him. Well, wait a minute. Didn't he look, isn't this in the hands of the law? That was hate. That happens all the time. You got some nappy-headed Negro with some crazy bugged out ass dreadlocks. It's always them niggas with them crazy ass locks. that's before the judge. You look at the nigga, you look at the fucking jury saying this nigga's guilty. Then the nigga gonna put a suit on with them crazy bugged out fucking locks. I've been noticing that a lot. You see nigga with locks, run. But anyway, he kills the guy's whole family. He's left. He jumps over the table. He grabs a pen. He stabs him in the eye or something like that. He ain't gonna get charged with nothing. But was that an act of hate? Yeah. And people understand. Well, we understand that. You know, the man was upset. He has a right to hate. Well, do we not have a fucking right to hate for what the fuck you devils did? And if you don't like the fact that I'm cursing too much, don't fucking don't go to another channel, man. Go to another YouTube page. Go to YouTube for Kids. 41st verse. And Esau, which is currently you so-called white people. Now you got Israelites out there that look just like Edomites. So you can't just guy come up, you look like an Edomite. You can't. Well, you were Edomite. Kiss my boot. You don't know if he's an Edomite. He could be a Jake. So you got to tell him. You got to give him. Look, I said that to Vocab Malone. I said, look, if you're an Israelite, I said, could you be an Israelite? It's possible. I left that door open, man. I said, if you're an actual Israelite, then you're gonna be in the kingdom. But if you're an actual Edomite, then your future is captivity, along with the other nations. But if anything, if you can't be an Israelite, you better hope like hell you might a Canaanite or Ishmaelite or Japhite, because they ain't gonna catch it like Esau's gonna catch it. Esau's gonna catch it. Esau gonna catch it. All right. And them other nations we're gonna use as taskmasters. That's in Joel, the 3rd chapter. We shall sell them to the Sabians. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. He getting ready to die. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And these words of Esau, her eldest son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob, her youngest son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau is touching thee, doeth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. Look, he's looking to kill you. You better watch out. And Jacob was Abel in another life. Esau was Cain in another life. So the first time Cain or Esau got him. The second time he didn't get him. Which this is Mo. This is King David right here. So let's come back over here. Yeah, there's a little bit of history. Yeah, 16 verse, 15 verse, 14 verse. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? The Most High forbid. No, he's not right. He does what he wants to do. What the hell are you going to do? The Most High could slap you out of existence. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. It's all about the Most High. So is my ways higher than your ways? Most High could do that. Yahweh can do what he wants to do. So then it is not of him that willeth. Yeah, you can't make yourself a chosen of the Most High, and you can't make yourself an elect, nor of him that runneth. Because you do things, like the small hats, right? Now, there's something in the news with the small hats. They're trying, Esau over here is trying to get them small hats in Israel and even in this country among these small hats. They're trying to push that, that that Mo agenda, and they ain't having it because they've been steeped in the laws so much that they actually really think they're the people. It says, so then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but the Most High that showeth mercy. Most High gonna show mercy to us, not to Esau. So now let me jump over here. Start from the 20, let's go to 20th verse. Nay, but old man, who art thou that replieth against the Most High? Shall the thing form say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? If I make something, if I take a clay and I chop it in half and I make a toilet with one half in a vase to put flowers in the other, you can't jump up and say, no, you can't do that. You can't make me a toilet. What you gonna do with the toilet? You're gonna throw it away. You're gonna smash it up. It says 21st verse, have not the potter power of the clay or the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor. So in the kingdom, we're going to be the vessel of honor and you're going to be the vessel of dishonor. What if the Most High willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering, the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction? The Most High has to sit back and watch us be suffering because he's subject to his prophecies. If the Lord made a prophecy, the prophecy is going to come to pass. Now, there's certain times in history where the Most High repented of himself. I was going over Hezekiah. The Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai came to Isaiah and said to Isaiah, go and tell Hezekiah, get your house in order. And he prayed to the Father. He said, look, I didn't do any wickedness. I did the right thing, And the Lord said, because you were a captain to my people, the Israelites, and did the right thing, I'm going to give you 15 more years. So then the Lord went back to Isaiah and told Isaiah, tell him that he got 15 more years. So you can pull out your cards on the Most High. You can ask the Most High for something, and you can say, well, look, Lord, I've been in this thing for X amount of years. I've been out there every week. I did the winters. I do the sit downs. I truly teach the scriptures. And you might ask for something, and the Most High may grant you it. But we don't ask for much. We just deal with the existence that we're in. It says, and that he might make, when you go back to the One West days, you had Lahab and his crew, the Central Command, which most of them are dead. About 3 of them is dead. Them guys are all in the money, man. They were ripping brothers off. They had sack days. Them brothers in different camp brothers knew about it. Ask Johanna. They had sack days, man. They had you working on an oil table, and your best day, they would say, today is your sack day. And they took all your money because they were greedy for money. So what did the Most High do? He got rid of every last one of them, man. He got rid of every last one of them. But most of them are dead. The only ones that are living, I don't know about Yashawan, but his brother died years ago. Ariala died. I don't know about the rest. Johanna's still living. He was part of that wicked Central Command. And he's telling you to take if you don't take the jump shot, you're going to die. He said that, what, 2 years ago? I'm still here. I ain't taking no goddamn jump shot. It says, and that he might make known the riches of his glory in the vessels of mercy, meaning ultimately the kingdom, which he had afore prepared unto glory. What does that mean? The Most High already set it up that we're going to be the people, whatever, no matter what we do, based upon the promise that he gave to Abraham, the fathers of the promise, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And that's why vocab is fighting so hard to try to tell us that we're not the people. Ain't nobody listening to you, man. Ain't nobody listening to you. Even us, whom he have called, not of the Jews only, but also the Greeks, of the Gentiles. Greeks, the same thing. Now I'm going to show you that it's talking about Israelites. It says 25th verse, as he said, saith also in Hosea, I will call them my people. So here the Christian, they're saying, see, we're the people of the God, of the most high, which were not my people. See, that proves it. It says, I will call them 25, verse 25 again, as he saith also in Hosea, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not my beloved. See, that means the Gentiles could get in. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall it be said, called, there shall they be called the children of the living power. Now, to show you that it's talking about Israel, 27 verse says, Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel. So the subject matter is what? Israel, right? How they're going to be called Gentiles? How they're not going to be called the people of the Most High? Who are the people of the Most High? The Israelites. So Isaiah said, also crieth concerning Israel. So who are the Gentiles here? Israelites. And the Gentile state of mind concerning Israel. Though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved, which is the elect. That's another word you can use. Instead of elect, a remnant. A remnant is a part of something. Matter of fact, let me look that up. Let me look up the word remnant. A remnant remains, which is the elect. So it's going to be a small number. To leave behind, depart from, leave, to be left. Right. It means a small number. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness, because a short work will the Lord Yahweh make upon the earth. And as Isaiah said before, except the Lord of Sabaoth, which means the Lord of the troops, armies, and one of his armies is a mechanized army, which are the missiles, had left us a seed, meaning the elect, we had been as Sodom and been like unto Gomorrah. We'd be totally destroyed. What shall we say then? That the Gentiles, which follow not after righteousness, have obtained to righteousness, even a righteousness which is of faith. That's talking about us. We're saved, we're justified through faith. But Israel have followed after the law of righteousness, have not attained to the law of righteousness. And what is righteousness? To do the right thing, which is the law. Wherefore, because they sought it not by faith. See, vocab, he likes to paint with a broad brush Israel. See, they teach that you can only make it by keeping the law. Nope, we can't keep the law because we broke the law. So we need a savior. We need a middleman, and we're justified through faith, as Abraham. So this is what I want to do. I want to go to Hosea. Hosea 1. And I'm not going to read, it's a short, 11 verses long. I'm going to really get into the last couple of handful of verses. And this is ultimately what the Lord is going to do. Isaiah 14:1 and 2 says the same thing. I will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel, meaning ultimately, when everything's said and done, Israel's going to be on top, the Israelites. Romans 11:25 and 26. Least ye be ignorant, and what is it? Least ye be wise in your own conceit, that blindness is in part having in Israel until the time that the Gentiles come in. The Gentiles come in are the Israelites that were walking around thinking that they were Gentiles, having the door open for them, knowing that they're Israelites. Like I said, all of us, myself, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Rakar, Apostle Ramlab, all of the bishops, all the elders, all of you brothers that been in this thing for 8 years, 5 years, 10 years, 14 years, going on 15 years, you were all, tell me that you knew that you were Israelite. That's very rare. And if you were, well, I was partially brought up in my parents said that we were Israelites, that we were the actual Israelites, but they started off with the whole Christian thing. Then they said, no, we're the Israelites. But they were following the congregation that called on Yahweh, because they said, well, the Lord's true name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yeshua. No, the Lord's true name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai. Now, I wouldn't get into a big argument on how you pronounce it, because it is based upon faith, but I had demons attack me when I first came in. I would call on Yahweh while Yahushai, and the demons would leave. It says, but I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, Yahweh, and will save them by Yahweh, their power, and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, by horses, nor by horsemen. That means the Most High is going to ultimately save Israel by spiritual means. And that happened in the past. There's an account of King David where the Lord told King David he was at war with the Philistines, right? And the Lord said, don't fight them. When you hear a rustling in the mulberry bush, then I'm going to attack them. And what happened was there were ships that came down, and they were scraping the mulberry bush, the mulberry trees, and then these Philistines are getting put to death. I hadn't read that story in well over 30 years. There's an account of the Maccabees, with Judas Maccabees, where angels actually came down. It says 5 comely men, which were angels, came down, and I believe 2 of them guarded Judas Maccabees, and the rest of them, the other 3, guided those Israelites that were with him. That's in the Apocrypha. So the angels did come down on many occasions. They came down for a period of, and also in the history, they came down for a period of 40 days and 40 nights, engaging in war games. And those warriors down on the earth, they were hoping that, let's hope these things up there are not hostile to us. Power recognizes a greater power. It says, but I will have mercy upon the house of Yahweh and will save them by Yahweh, their power, and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, by horses, or by horsemen. Meaning, when ultimately when we get delivered, it's going to be done by the angels, by the Lord and the angels. Right behind Yahweh Shai is Michael. And it tells you in Revelation chapter 12, there'll be no place found in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon and his angels. Now, as a Christian, what does it mean by the dragon? It's the Antichrist. No, it's talking about Esau's power structure. They're military. So it says, 8th verse. Now, when she had weaned let me look that up. That means without mercy, having not mercy. But let me go to the Hebrew word. Bahama. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ra, rach, 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 rachama, la, meaning no or not. Rachama, which means mercy. No mercy. Let's see if I'm correct. No mercy. Lo rahama or la'a rahama means la'a meaning no mercy. Hosea, his daughter, his actual daughter, which represent Israel. The Most High didn't have mercy on us. First, it was the northern kingdom. The Most High didn't have mercy on them. That's why we're taken over by the Assyrians. And then later in history, and in the future, Judah was taken over by the Babylonians. So the Most High didn't have mercy on them. So let's come back over here. That's why you got to know the Hebrew. Okay, so it says 9th verse. Then said the Most High, call his name Lo Ami, which meaning, I'm sorry. Now when she had weaned no mercy, that's a name, she conceived and bare a son. Then said the Most High, call his name Lo Ami, which means La'a Aim Ya, La'a meaning no or not, Aim meaning people, and Ya meaning my people, not my people. Didn't the Apostle Paul say that? Not my people. And the place where it said you are not my people. That's why people they look at it as a joke. Go to a job interview and put down that you a Hebrew Israelite. You ain't gonna get that job. You ain't gonna get that job. Tell them you're a Jew. They're gonna look at you. I was in elementary school, and the teacher, I forget her name. She was a small hat, and she said one of the so-called Jewish holidays are coming up, and she said, "How many of y'all in here are Jews?" And a bunch of white kids put their hand up, and I put my hand up. I don't know why. And then she looked at me. She said, "Put your hand down. You're not a Jew." I remember that. And that old bat, she used to make me fucking stay, me and a couple other guys, late. You know, we had to sit in detention for like 15, 20 minutes. When I get that fucking bat in the kingdom, I'm gonna beat that bitch ass every day except for the high holy days. That old fucking bat, that leprous bat. It says, then we gonna fuck these devils up, man, motherfuckers. You getting ready to go down. And you know what? I'm going off subject a little bit. Coming back to this whole Queen Elizabeth II dying, the true the true feelings of Jake is coming out, especially in America, man. They're like, man, that ain't my concern. Yo, F that hoe, man. We don't give a fuck about that bitch. It was a racist kingdom any goddamn way. When Harry married Merkel, whatever her name is, they had to fucking leave the crown. He said, fuck this shit. They were making jokes about it, about the first kid being born. Let's hope he's not too black. That shows you the true nature of these fucking devils, man. And you know what? Vocab never has nothing to say about that. Vocab don't be going to no KKK meetings. He don't be going to no fucking witch covens. He don't be going in front of abortion clinics. It said, then said the Most High, call his name Lo Ami, for ye. Now you can ask a question, what does it mean by Lo Ami? Now break the word down. Lo Rahama, what does that mean? For ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. So what did that mean? That's why they were called Gentiles in Romans, the 9th chapter. Remember, if they did neglect to hear the church, cast him out as a heathen man. Look at him as another nation. Heathen meaning Gentile. Look at him like he's another nation. It says, then said the Most High, call his name Lo Ami, which is La'ah Aimya, not my people, for ye are not my people. Were they the Lord's people? Yeah, but he turned his back on them. You're no longer my people, and I will not be your power. Yet, ultimately, the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, and which cannot be measured or numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place, what place is that? That's right over here, into a place, Revelation 12. They shall flee into the wilderness, into her place. The wilderness is Africa, and her place, really Africa and around the world. But how did a lot of the Israelites, the northern kingdom was already over here, you know, about 700 years BC. And when the kingdom of Judah fled into Africa and then they scattered, that was, what date was that? That was actually, how can I forget? 70 AD, key year. That's when we fled, man, because that was the fulfillment of us, of the Romans coming against us. And even Christian scholars will tell you that, man. It says cannot be measured nor numbered, because we're going to look like everybody. You're going to have millions of Israelites looking just like Edomites. You're going to have millions of Israelites with blonde hair and blue eyes looking just like Edomites. You're going to have millions of Israelites looking just like Moabites. You're going to have millions of Israelites looking just like Arabs. You're going to have millions of Israelites looking like Hamites, Edomites, Moabites, Japhites. The old saying is you can't judge a book by its cover. Anytime somebody look like an Edomite roll up on you, in your mind, as a teacher, you got to keep in mind he could be an Israelite. He could be an Israelite. Then you got people that look just like Jake that are tears. I met Jakes. I had met Jake. I went to school with Jakes who certain, not all of them, but that had Edomite fathers, man. But their mothers were super dark. So are they Jakes? So you're thinking carnal, man. You're not thinking spiritually. And it shall come to pass that in the place, what place is that? If you go to the Bible Hub, you go to the commentary, they're not going to tell you what place that is. I'm going to look that up. Matter of fact, I should look it up right now. Let me just see what they say. They're not going to say America. We know it's America. Let me go to commentary. I'm over here. Let me pull this over here. That's why you can't fuck with us, vocab. You ain't equipped to mess with us. Okay, let me see here. I want to get place. Let me try this. Okay, they don't even mention place over here. They avoid it altogether. I'm not even going to read this. Okay, this is Benson's commentary. Oh, Ilicat didn't even want to mention it. An abrupt transition from dark uh, presage to bright anticipation. The covenant blessings promised to Abraham shall yet be realized. So Benson commentary, right? Yet the number of children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, though God cast off the 10 tribes, yet he will in due time supply, they're talking about all 12 of them, their loss by bringing in great numbers of true Israelites. Now Esau says the true Israelites are you know, the Christians out there. You can be of any nation, the spiritual Israelites, true Israelites into the church, not only for the Jews, but also of the Gentiles, showing you that they don't understand and making them who before were strangers to the covenant of promise, fellow heirs with the Jews, right? They said you're going off. Romans 9, verse 25, 26, 1 Peter 2, verse 10. Let's see what that says. Which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High, which had not obtained mercy, but now have attained mercy. Those are Israelites, my man. They ain't talking about you. Remember, one of the daughter's name was Lo, not Lo Ami, Lo Harama, which is no mercy. So the Most High didn't have mercy on us, and now he's going to have mercy on us. Not my people. We were looked at as not being the people of the Most High. Now we're the people of the Most High. I think, says Bishop Hersley, this is to be understood of the mystical Israel. Give me a break. The mystical Israel are the physical Israel. Romans 9. Their numbers consisting of myriads of converts. No. You went off. Both. Well, in a way, they're right because we are converts. Converts means to get with the truth. Con meaning with, and vert meaning truth, righteousness, goodness. Get with the good thing. Get with the right thing. So we converted back into who we were. Both of the natural Israel, will say right on that, and their adopted brethren of the Gentiles. Yeah, those adopted brother of the Gentiles were Israelites. I didn't know that they were Israelites. Like I said a couple of times early in this video, I said we all rose up going to church. They said, you guys are the Gentiles, shall be immeasurably great, and in the place where it was said, "You're not my people," that is at oh shit, that is at Jerusalem, or at least in Judea, where the prophecy was delivered. No, it's not talking about Jerusalem or Judea. It says, and where the execution of the sentence took place, there in that very place, they to whom it was said, ye are no people of mine, shall be called the sons of the living power. This must relate at least principally to the natural Israel of the house of Judah. Now they write on that, for to them it was said, ye are no people of mine. Right. You deal with a chick and she want to break up with you. You ain't my man. We ain't dealing no more. But then this happened to me. I had a woman, it happened to me a couple of times. Women, no, I want to deal with you no more. This, that, and the other. Then a week later, I miss you, baby. You know, I heard our favorite song. Well, that's the same thing with the Most High. And then see, when a woman leaves us, it really hurts. It really hurts because you know why? Because that's our glory. You know, a lot of niggas have killed themselves over women, man. A lot of men have lost their mind, their wits over a woman because a woman is our glory. Like the glory of a woman is here. That's why what's her name? Jada Pinkett Smith got mad when Chris Rock made that joke about G.I. Jane, but she said in the interview, I'm I don't have no problem with having no hair on my head. She was fucking lying. She was lying. Because everybody laughed, including Will Smith laughed, but then he looked over and saw his mama and went up and smacked the shit out of her. Now they say it's a setup. We don't know. Either she wasn't faking that look that she had on her face, because a woman wants to have long hair because, and the Most High took your glory by making you black woman. Anytime you see a black woman with long hair, those are fucking ropes, man. No, those are ropes. And since everybody know that, and since they are to be acknowledged again as the children of the living power, what does it say? Acknowledge again. So they're telling the truth. In the same place, they don't know what the place is, where this sentence was pronounced and executed. What sentence was executed against us? The fact that we're not the people. They beat it out of us in slavery. The famous scene in the movie Roots where you said your name is not Kunta Kinte. Basically, you're not an Israelite, you're a heathen. No, I'm an Israelite. You're not an Israelite, you're a nation. Until they accepted it. They beat Israel out of you. They said the prophecy clearly promises their restoration. Hold on, what does the word restoration mean? If you got an old 67 Mustang, 65 Mustang or whatever, and my cousin used to restore cars. I don't know if he still does. He'll take a car from 1984 and make it look brand new. It'll take 2 years to do it because he's doing it part-time. So what does it mean to restore? To take something that's all broken up and to paint it and to glue it and to weld this and put this on there and change that and make it look brand new. So the means back too, right? Restore, restoration, right? So we're being restored to their own land. Whose land? The land of Israel. Who's going to go back to the land of Israel? The Israelites, not the Israelites in the body of believers. So now let's come back over here to Hosea. Let me come back over here. I'm sorry. That in the place, it's got to be America. It can't be Rome. It can't be Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, we knew that we were the Israelites. Under the Roman, us being a province of the Roman Empire, we knew that the Romans said, yeah, you can call yourself Jews, you can speak Hebrew, as long as you pay us a tax, we're not gonna mess with you. But if you had to sentence somebody to death, you had to go to the governor of that province, which was this guy. I can't even remember his name. Pontius Pilate. It says, so that's not the place. Now, back during the time of the Maccabees, it was Antiochus Epiphanes, and I always go into that history. I'm always led back to that they forced Israelites not to be Israelites, but there was some that said, nah, we'll die or we'll escape. A lot of them escaped. A lot of them wasn't put to death, and a lot of them were. So the ones that said, no, we'll call ourselves Gentiles, hence Cornelius, hence the Gentiles in the New Testament. The Gentiles in the New Testament are the Israelites that were raised up as Gentiles, going back to the history of Antiochus Epiphanes. And the other time they did it, which they succeeded this time, as during the time of the transatlantic uh, slavery, during chattel slavery. You're not an Israelite. You're a heathen. You're a Gentile. Because the movie Roots, they said that he was worshiping Allah, which was bullshit. The movie Amistad. Now the brother Kazak, the elder Kazak out of Mississippi, he did a video recently where he showed a part of the movie where they were somewhere, and the women and the men had turbans on, and the women were praising Yah. I think they were saying Yahweh, 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 something like that. But they were saying the name of the Most High, showing you that the people behind that movie, they knew that they were the Israelites. And the reason why they set them free, because these guys that owned the ship didn't have paperwork on them. So they had to send them back to their land. Those so-called Africans in Amistad were actually Israelites that happened to be sent back to their land. And the language that they were supposed to be speaking was Hebrew. Even the translator, this guy that played 12 Years a Slave, it's hard to, I'm not even going to try to mention his name. He was a translator, but he was already over here in America. But what language was he speaking? He was speaking, in the fact he was speaking Hebrew. But when you go back to Ghana, right? How do the people of Ghana, one way they greeting each other, they say shalama. What does shalama mean? It means peace in Hebrew. The Bantu people, the people of Benin, Ben meaning sons. It says, ye are not my people. That's America, or whatever, Jamaica, whatever place you went to, North, Central, and South America. There it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. Who's going to tell you that you the sons of the living power? The prophets. Myself and the rest of the men out there, even the other camps, ISUPK, IUIC, Sakari, HODC, HOI, all of them. I'll be here all day mentioning all these different camps. And you got brothers that set up camps that never even came up under any of the former One West camps. They just saw the videos, went into the scriptures, and the spirit jumped on them, and they went out there and did it, man. So who's telling you that you're the Israelites? Who's got the sign out there? See, you got a group of Israelites that are Old Testament Israelites. They're not prophets. They just know that they're Israelites. That's it. 11th verse. Then shall the children of Yahweh and the children of Israel be gathered together. When did that happen in the ancient world? Did that happen 2,000 years ago? No. The northern kingdom was already on the other side of the world. They were in the Americas. They did not go into the interiors of Africa. They came over here to America and to the Americas, because the great deliverance is going to come out of America. When I say America, I'm talking about Canada. Have you ever been? I've been to Canada a couple of times. You know who's up there? You got Edomites up there. You got a lot of Haitians. You got a lot of Haitians up there. You got a lot of Benjaminites up there. You got a lot of Ephraimites up there. You got a lot of Simeonites up there. You got a lot of Judites up there. Oh, Issachar. You got Issachar up there, man. And you got some of all the tribes up there, man. Up there in Canada. Canada, you think about Canada, you think about white people, man. You're going to run into more Jakes. Oh, Elam. Elam is up there. Ishmaelites, some Arabs. Man, everybody, it's almost like a second America, a second United States. It's like a second melting pot. Well, that's where all the Israelites are. Do you have the elect up there in Canada? Yeah, you got camps up there in Canada. You have the elect up there teaching. And them brothers are still out there strong. So ultimately, the fulfillment of Hosea 1:11 is, then shall the children of Judah Well, first, this has got to happen. Ye are not my people. That in the place where it said, "Yeah, I'm not my people," uh, it was said unto them, "Ye are not my people." There it shall be said unto them, "Ye are the sons of the living power." You are the Israelites. That's happening in America and other countries, Canada, other countries, Jamaica, and so forth, but mainly America. And the truth came out of One West. And Abba is Elijah. I got to keep pushing it. Then shall, so who are the fathers turning back to the children, children turning back to the fathers? Masha, Arya, and Yaquab. And then the rest of the seven on down to us. The first generation of this truth is Abba, right? The second is Masha, Arya, Yaquab, the rest of the seven. The third is us. We're the third. We took up the slack of them. We have entered into their labor. It says, and see, this is why guys fall off and become disenchanted, because they don't get into these scriptures, man. They don't do these videos. They ain't out here on the street. They ain't looking for. Look, I look forward to going out there teaching. It said, then shall the children of Yahweh and the children of Yasha'Allah be gathered together. Wait a minute, how are they going to be gathered together? It says, and then they shall come in Second Ezra chapter 13, and then they shall come, meaning the northern kingdom was already here in the Americas. Then Judah and them are being brought over here. And then you got Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and some of the other tribes from the northern kingdom that are in West Africa and all throughout Africa. You got people in Kenya. You got Jake's. Look, this guy, priest Alazar, as he fancies himself, his title is. He went and did a DNA test, and he said his line went back to the people of Sudan. I said, wait a minute, the people of Sudan are Hamites, man. Them are Philistines, Egyptians, Mizraim. But then he did some further research, because he said, I know I ain't no Hamite. And he did some further research and found out you had Israelites in Sudan and Egypt. We leave our seed everywhere. Esau leaves his seed everywhere, man. It said, and appointed themselves one head. That one head is King David, and which is under Yahushua, and they shall come up out of the land. What land? The main land is America. For great is the day of Jezreel. Jezreel in the Hebrew is Yahzarai Allah. Yah meaning he, Zerai meaning seed, Allah meaning God. He is the seed of God. Another way of saying Israel, Yasher Allah. He's Prince of God. So now a lot of y'all don't get into the second chapter. I'm going to breeze through it. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to breeze through it. Israel's unfaithfulness condemned. So you got to read all of this. I'm not going to go all into it. It says how the Most High blessed us, but we became, as a nation, we became whores. We played the field, so to speak. So the Most High took the blessing from us. Then you had us getting fed by the other nations, be fed in the sight of the serpent. Was that Revelation 12? So this right here, I'm not going to read all this, but read from 1 to 13 on your own. But this is what I wanted, right? It says restoration of Israel. So this follows suit from Hosea 1. So if you don't understand Hosea 1 verses 10, the last 9, 10, and 11, well this breaks it down to you. And the place where it said you are not my people, there it shall be said you are sons of living power. That's what? The restoration of Israel. It ain't talking about Christians, the church. It's talking about Israelites. It said, therefore, 14th verse, therefore, behold, I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness and speak comfortably unto her. And I will give, and I'll break it down, and I will give her her vines from thence and the a valley of Achor for a door of hope, and she shall sing there. And we're singing now, right? Sing a new song, Revelation 14, as in the days of her youth. When we left at it, there was times where we were doing the right thing by the Most High, during the time of King David, especially during the time of Solomon, man. That was the height of the kingdom. And who was ruling in that kingdom? Solomon, which is Yahweh Shai. In order to understand that, you have to understand what reincarnation is all about. Reincarnation is a biblical concept that it goes directly over the head of Christians. And as in the day when she came up out of the land of Egypt. So what are we talking about? It mentions Egypt, so we know what time period that's talking about. We went into the wilderness, then we went into the promised land. And there shall be at that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, that thou shalt call me Ishi. Now, Ishi is the Hebrew word Ayash. Ayash meaning man. But it's Ish is man, and Ishi is my man. Or Ashya meaning my man. If you said my woman, you would say Ayasha Ya, my woman. So it says 16th verse, and it shall come. That's why it's important. You got to go into the Hebrew, in the Old Testament, the New Testament, the Greek. Sometimes you got to go through Latin words. And it shall be at that day, saith Yahweh, that thou shalt call me my man, and shall call me no more Bali, which is my Lord. Bali meaning that demon, Baal, and Baal just means it just means Lord. But Most High is going to say you're going to say this is my man, to Yahweh Shai. This is my man. When we go out there and teach, we're getting you to get back with your man, because we are likened unto the woman, unto a calmly beautiful woman. Jeremiah 6 verse 2. 17th verse. For I will take away the names of Baalim, which is the devil, because hey, all you people that are into you Moors, you Kemetic people, you Jakes in the Christian church, you atheists among Jakes, you Jakes that's doing everything outside of what you're supposed to be doing, the Most High is going to get rid of you. If you do not repent, the Most High is going to get rid of you. We were not sent here to have debate with Jakes that have other philosophies. That's not our job. That's not our job, because they're not going to get it any goddamn way. And what's the proof of that? You got a priest, Elazar. You got a Captain Tazariak. You got others, priest Danyala. They have these getting up for a damn debate. You already know what's going to happen. These people are not going to, the audience that comes that take the side of the Kemetic guy, they're going to leave praising the Kemetic God. So it's a fucking waste of time. Now it happens because it opens up the door to others, but you know what? You can do that, but our job is to just teach. If somebody will look, I'm gonna have it. I said, no. I mean, you wouldn't have debate with somebody else. You have debate with them. I'm not having a debate. It's my way or the highway. You're giving somebody directions. You give them the right direction because you live in that neighborhood, and somebody pops up and say, "Well, I'm an expert on maps." You're wrong. And then this guy's listening to that guy. Say, "Okay, well, you follow him." Then he comes back and said, "Well, he led me astray." I said, "Yeah, because you didn't listen to me. I'm not going to waste time having a debate about maps. I already know the fucking area, man." It says, "For I will take away the names of Balaam the devil by killing you out of her mouth, and they shall no more be remembered by their name." Because these guys they put names on this God and that God. Farrakhan, he keeps praising Allah, and the Most High going to destroy him, man, and he going to break up that whole Islamic things. You ain't got no. They had a debate with the NOI, the Nation of Islam, man. Them people are lost, man. They ain't nothing but a big church organization with an Arabic Ishmaelite, you know, with an Ishmaelite twist on it. 18th verse. And in that day will I make a covenant. Now the Most I made a covenant um, with Israel back in the wilderness, right? So he's gonna make another covenant. Now you got these Christians that say, well, that's talking about Gentiles. When you read Jeremiah 31 and 31, then go ahead and read Hebrews 8, verse 6 on down. It doesn't say it doesn't mention once a Gentile. It's talking about Israel and Judah. Because the two houses are going to be put back together. And in that day will I make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of the heaven and with the creeping things of the ground, and I will break the bow and the sword and the battle out of the earth, and will make them to lie down safely. That's the kingdom. That's the kingdom. And I will betroth, meaning you're going to be my wife, engage thee unto me forever. That's the kingdom. Yahweh Shai is considered the groom, right? And we're considered the bride in the spirit. Yeah, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness and in judgment and in loving kindness and in mercy. That's the kingdom. The Most High is going to show us loving kindness. I will even betroth, engage myself, thee unto me in faithfulness, and thou shalt know Yahweh. And that's what we're doing now. And it shall come to pass in that day, we're coming to that day, I will hear, saith the Lord, I will hear the heavens, and they shall hear the earth. Now, what precepts are coming to your mind? 2nd Ezra chapter 6. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get that. I'm gonna get ready to close. I went a little long, but Second Ezra chapter 6. Chapter 6. And key point is the 20th verse. '18th verse. And it said, behold, the days come. This was a ship, by the way, that came down and gave these prophecies to Ezra, just as the ship came down and gave the little book to John in the book of Revelation, that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth. Is not that happening with these UFO sightings that Esau is afraid of? And will begin to make inquisition of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly, and if their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion, Israel, shall be fulfilled. Look, we can be out of here in 6 months. We can be out of here in a year. We can be out of here in a year and a half. It says, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away, what world? Esau's world. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. From Abraham unto Isaac, when they were born. And this clown, Geno Jennings talking about Esau is Jesus in the Arabic. That dude's a fucking clown, man. He's a clown. And when the IUIC rolled up on him, he got scared. But they did it the wrong way. They should have took a handful of guys and said, you can see there's 5 of us. We want to have a debate with this guy because he said we have emails, whatever, texts or whatever, DMs that he said we're going to have a debate. But then he acted like he didn't know us. So we're here. You knew what the fuck was going to happen. You know the man's scared. The man's just blowing smoke out of his fucking arse. Man, them Christians are, and then vocab don't give a damn because he's that adder that stop at his ear. Whatever you tell him, it doesn't apply. He's a true devil to the game. And when the world, the earth that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, Esau is finished, and us beginning, then will I show these tokens, and the books shall be opened before the firmament. When did this word really go out? 2007, when GMS did their first YouTube video. That's when the door was open. Not during the time of IUIC, not during the time of ISU. ISUPK came later. You know, General Yohana said, "Damn, there's an opportunity, man. I can make some money. This is the way I'm going. This is what I'm gonna make it, man. I'm gonna make it." That's what General Yohana is all about, money. That's all he's about. We're about this truth. Because if he was about the truth, he'd be out there every week. He'd be out there grinding. It says, and they shall see all together. So that means I'm doing this video right now. If 1 billion people go to my page, 1 billion people can watch this. If 2 billion people go to my page, 2 billion people can watch this. And look, when this thing comes closer to the wire, especially when they set up the MOTB, the M to the O to the T to the B, the C hip, whatever you want to call it, gas whenever you're gonna see Bishop Nathaniel, you're gonna see some window shopping. They're gonna be your people are gonna be window shopping their asses off, and they're gonna be asking you questions. GMS is gonna be coming up quite a bit. Anyway, let me come back over here and then I'm gonna close it. Where did I leave off at? Uh, 21st verse. Hosea 2, verse 21. And it shall come to pass in that day, I will hear, saith the Lord. And I just read that the heavens or the firmament shall be, or the book shall be open in the firmament. I will hear the heavens, and they shall hear the earth. And the earth shall hear the corn and the wine and oil, and they shall hear Jezreel. Jezreel is another name for Israel. Yazarai Allah. I'm gonna prove that. I said Jezreel means seed of God, right? Let's prove that. Yazarai, Yazarai Allah. Let's see what it means. God sows really doesn't mean that. Because what does the G mean? J. It means he. He. Yah means he. Zarai means seed. And Allah means God. I mean, you can use the word sow because, matter of fact, let me do this. Zerai. Let me deal with the word Zerai. See? To sow, scatter, seed. It means seed. Seed. Conceive. You put a seed in a woman. I mean, sow loosely translated is sow, but it actually means seed. Because what do you do when you sow? You sow seeds, right? Yield seed. The word that they went a little off. The actual translation should have been not God sows. It should have been God seeds, or it should have said He God seeds. Last verse 20. I'm gonna close. Hosea 2, verse 23. And I will sow her unto me in the earth, because we're gonna inherit the whole earth. And I will have mercy upon her, who? The Israelites, that had not obtained mercy because the Most High turned his back on us. That's why Yahweh had to come. That's why we're going to be saved by faith. And I will say to them which were not my people, because the Most High didn't recognize you no more as the people of the Most High. Thou art my people, which are the Israelites. And they shall say, Thou art my God. You know what I got to do? Let me come back. Let me come back to 1. Key verse, 11 verse, Hosea 1:11. Then shall the children of Yahweh and the children of Yasha'Allah. Why did they separate them? Because there was a separation. The children of Israel was on the other side of the world, on the fourth part of the earth. The fourth part of the earth. So where are they gonna come together? They're gonna come together in the fourth part of the earth. Let me go to Amos. Amos 7:17. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy wife, your meaning woman, the word for wife is Ayash, shall be an harlot in the city. Now, the elder from South Kakalaki, he did a video. I think he did one video with this woman confessing that she lay with more than 300 men. Then he had this other, I couldn't even, I had to turn it off, brother. I got so pissed off. There's one black woman, she said, I've been with over 2,000 people, but are you talking about men and women? Because I've been with both of them. And if you ever check out these women, most of your black women, they go both ways. They don't talk about it, but they go both ways. They'll deal with men or women. A lot of these Edomite women, they'll go with men and women too. But a lot of these Edomite, a great percentage of these Edomite women, they only deal with men. They only deal with men. Jake will tell you, oh, I go both ways. The black woman. She's a fucking demon, man. She's a demon. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and the city is a great city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line. That's talking about the land. That land is America, because this is our land. This is Gad and Reuben's land. And thou shalt die in a polluted land. What's a polluted land? America. And Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land. Because isn't this our land? How did the northern kingdom know to come to this land? Because Solomon was going back and forth. He had his servants, the Canaanites, which were seagoers, go back and forth. So they knew about it. They said there was another king that wanted to go. Somebody can help me out. After Solomon had went transition, I forget the daggone king, and he wanted to go to the Americas too, because he knew about the Americas. But when he went to set up the Navy, the ships were broken up, so he never went, because it was open to Solomon to go back and forth to the Americas. So Israel knew where the Americas were. They knew the history. They said, well, Solomon had ships coming to this place. So it says And thou shalt die in a polluted land, America. Thy daughters shall be what? A harlot in the city, America, right? Um, and thy land shall be divided by line, meaning Gad had like open fields, and they would move. They would constantly move because they understood the land, the 7-year land Sabbath. That's a whole nother subject. So when Esau came over, he cut it up in the states. And thou shalt die in a polluted land. You're gonna die from the food. You're gonna die. Jake be get this guy, what's his name? PNB or whatever his name is, Rock. He went out to Roscoe's out there in LA someplace, and his woman was taking pictures of him and all that, you know, putting it on you know social media. And these hoods, these thugs, they said, "Oh man, that nigga's down there now. Let's go take his chain and kill him." And we don't know if they took the chain, he gave the chain, they killed him anyway, or he fought against taking it, getting the necklace taken away, or the whatever he had getting taken away. But it all goes back to this woman that put it up on Instagram. Now there's a video out where the game said, "You got to be careful, around here. These niggas will blow your ass away over nothing, over damn toothpick." And then he told him about Roscoe's. He said something about Roscoe's niggas that rob you and kill you in broad daylight. So maybe this dude didn't believe it, and he went anyway. You're supposed to have control. Your women are like fucking kids, man. Oh, a lot of people get their houses robbed because their whole life is based upon what they do every day. Oh, we're going on a trip. We'll be going on the trip for the next 2 weeks. So they're watching you on fucking social media, and they say, "Oh, this nigga gonna be gone for 2 weeks. So day 2, we're gonna hit that person's house." You wonder why somebody hit your damn house. So it says, "And thou shalt die in a what? A polluted land." That's America. Job said, "A place without order." And the Israelites shall surely go into captivity, fourth of his land. What is the fourth part of the earth? The Americas. Whose land was it? Israel. Canada is our land. So in the kingdom, we're gonna have Canada. That's part of Gad's land. Central and South America, that's gonna be there. That's gonna be part of our land. Then in the middle of Canada and Central and South America is America, the USA itself. And that's going to be the forbidden zone, as in the movie Planet of the Apes, the forbidden zone. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom, on to the next one.